So I've always been into music. I started making music, like writing music when I was about like 14, 15.
Shawty, you too bad. I need your body now. Nini kupa, samani kupa.
I used to record voice memos in my phone and stuff like that. Um, like basically you know, just writing songs and then playing the song on on my laptop and then, recording over the beat on my laptop and then into the voice memo, and then I'd have to do like the whole take at once. And that's how I kind of started getting into like writing music. But I've always been surrounded by music because I come from like a musical background. Like my family is very musical. My dad plays a bunch of instruments. We've always had music playing around the house. So I grew up listening to a lot of like, just old like neo soul, like a lot of Sade, a lot of like just old like disco music and stuff like that. Um, but I would say like one of the people that really inspired me to get into writing, like one of the artists that I used to really look up to as a kid is Michael Jackson. And like, obviously like that's like the king of pop. So everything that I'd watch because I'd buy the CDs and stuff like that and just look at him and everything that he was doing and stuff. Fast forward to like high school and middle school, that's when I started to really kind of take it seriously, especially like after like we used to have these like high school competitions and stuff. So I would like join them and like we do little rap battles.
Black African, upper third, be my thriller. Surf is my heart like Kylie with the lip fillers. Running from the cops, it's the life of a nigga, yeah. I switch it up, Kendrick, hit my
And then slowly I kind of gained the confidence to start to take it seriously and do it outside of just school and kind of practice on my own. I was a very social kid as a kid. I grew up, spent most of my life, my younger days, in Dar es Salaam, which is the city that I'm from. But I was born in Wanza, which is another city that's outside of Dar es Salaam. But I grew up here in Dar es Salaam. Kind of like just went through all the stuff that you go through as a kid. Just running into like all types of people. Good people, bad people.
baby, we can go, just tell me where you want. Or where you want. Or where you want. Baby,
They're energized when they're listening to the music. And also think about the live aspect of the music, in terms of like when I'm writing music or when I'm in the studio. I just think about how this is gonna sound like in a live setting. So that's one of the things that really motivates me. That we can kind of like call as the staple music in Tanzania right now. I'd say that's like, obviously there's bongo flavor, which is like the main genre at the moment, but there's so many different flavors in Tanzania, so many different genres. A lot of people that have paved the way as well, like Remy Ongala, a lot of artists like from the Tarab side, which is like Kina Bibi Kidude or like Adi Yakopa and stuff like that. Those are artists that have also paved the way for artists like us. I feel like for me, my part comes in pushing the culture forward in a different way that it hasn't been done before. Um, I feel like Tanzania has so much talent, so much young talent, especially for my generation. I kind of like came into the industry or came into music thinking of doing it in a way that I don't get boxed in or placed in a certain genre, because like the music that already kind of exists and comes out of our region right now is a mixture of so many different sounds. But I think there's a I would say a higher way, like a different level that we can take it, and that's what I'm trying to do, and just do it differently, and carry the Tanzanian flag on my back and kind of like shine that beacon and bring more eyes to a different generation and what we can offer and what I can offer. It's a great opportunity to be selected in the Up Next Apple Music roster. I can't wait for all the new fans that are gonna tap into the music. And thank you so much. That's been me. Peace out.